I am bored on a Sunday night. I'm dreading the work week. It's about to be really terrible and a very long work week for me, so I decided to get some things off my chest. Now, this isn't really specifically NBA related. You guys have noticed that pretty much all my content is based around the NBA itself, basketball or NBA 2K, and I might make some Let's Plays here and there, but I decided to make a video talking about something that's been on my mind for a long time, for the past 4 years at least, and it's this notion of stick to sports. Stick to sports. That's a common mantra that a lot of people in this country have. I'm not going to specify who or what they identify themselves with, but it's really on all fronts. There's a lot of people that tell celebrities, that tell athletes, musicians, anybody famous, hey, you stick to sports. You shouldn't be talking about sports. Who do you think you are? What right do you have to push your opinions on me? That's the mentality that a lot of people have, and I'm gonna be completely transparent with all of you. I think that's the biggest pile of dog shit I've ever heard. To tell someone to stick to sports or stick to whatever they do just because for some reason you don't want them to talk about it because it infringes on your good time. So kind of let's get into that, right? People are talking about how, okay, if I watch basketball, if I watch the NFL, if I watch the MLB, I just want you to play the game. Don't make any political statements. Don't make any social justice statements. Don't make any of that. I just want to turn my mind off and not worry about that and just enjoy the game. And that seems to be the main complaint with people who say stick to sports or stick to whatever, is they just want to have an escape from reality. And to a certain degree, I can understand that. I can understand why somebody just wants to turn off their mind and watch a movie. Me, myself, if I play a game, like, let's say, for example, The Last of Us. The Last of Us had a lot of agendas that they were wanting to push, but that didn't really take away from my overall experience, but I did notice it, and it was kind of like in your face. So I do understand that complaint from that perspective, but the other reason why people are just pissed off about that is because they use the example, okay, let's say I go to my doctor's office, alright? I go to get a physical checkup, he's jiggling my ball sack and everything. But then when he's doing that, he's like, yo, vote for Trump, or vote for Biden, or Black Lives Matter, and, you know, basically rubbing all that stuff in your face. Now, if that happened to me personally, yes, I'd be annoyed because it's uncalled for, and it's kind of like, I didn't go there for that. I went there for you to tell me if I have high cholesterol or not, or if I'm pre-diabetic or not for anything else. But the reason why that's such a flawed analogy and comparison of situations is because, first of all, these athletes, these celebrities, they're gonna have a platform no matter what. Okay, so let's say you're pissed off at the NBA for letting players put statements on the back of their jerseys and kneeling during the anthem, or for that matter, any other sport for that matter, football, baseball, hockey, NASCAR. I mean, it doesn't matter. Let's say you're mad about that, okay? But let's say, like for example, LeBron James. He's not doing it during the game, but he's making statements on Instagram, on his Instagram stories, Twitter stories. He's maybe talking about it in an interview. You would say the exact same thing. You would tell him to stick to sports and not rub it in your face. Well, it's not really rubbing in your face. He is just a public figure. Anything he says gets magnified anyways, regardless of how petty it is. Then of course, if he's going to make a social statement, that it's going to be magnified because that's who he is. So you can't really hold these athletes and these celebrities to the same standard that you hold other professionals that may not be as famous, because no matter what opinion they give and what platform they use, whether it's social media, whether it's whatever it is, an interview, it's just going to be in your face because they're larger than life people. The same way if freaking Jennifer Aniston made a statement, she doesn't have to do it in a movie, but she could be making a statement on her Instagram, and you'd still have a ton of people saying, oh man, you you celebrities don't know what you're talking about. You just stick to acting, stick to what you know best. Okay, so it's a stupid comparison of situations. It just doesn't make any sense. The other reason why that doesn't make no sense and why that's stupid is because just because I have a profession doesn't mean I can't talk about anything else. Like, that's the dumbest idea ever. Just because I'm a doctor, just because I work in IT, doesn't mean I can only talk about IT and nothing else. Right? If you're a freaking cashier, do you only get to talk about checking your register at the end of the day or clocking out, or are you allowed to have an opinion about politics and talking about it? Right? Why don't you say stick to sports or stick to whatever for any old guy who's a construction worker who's doing whatever they need to do to earn a living. All right, so it's just a completely stupid. The stick to sports, the stick to blank crowd is just so stupid. Okay, now I do agree with them if they're saying something completely stupid. All right, so if a celebrity is saying something completely ignorant, illogical, call them out on what they're saying. Don't call them out for just talking about something that may not be quote unquote in their lane, but call them out for what they're saying. If LeBron James says something stupid, which he has in the past many times related to things off the court, criticize what he's saying, not the fact that he's saying it. So those are just my 2 cents. I know nobody cares about my opinion here, but I just wanted to see anyone out there who agrees, disagrees. I want to get in your mind. I want to get in the mind. If you're a part of the stick to blank, the stick to sports crowd, explain to me what your thought process is. Alright people, that's the end of the video. Thank you all for watching. Thank you for tuning in. If you liked the video, please like, comment, and subscribe and share for your boy. If you didn't like it, please let me know in the comment section below how I can get better. Alright folks, see you later. Catch you in the next video. Peace.